Hello, how are you? I hope you have had a wonderful weekend. I hope you've been a good little helper of Santa because he is listening. He sees you when you're sleeping, he knows when you're awake. That's not creepy at all, is it? But yeah, that's quite cute. I've got my wee sticker from one of my children. I hope you've had a good weekend. I hope it's all good where you are. I hope you kindly subscribe if you're just joining me. Thank you very much. I feel like I've been quiet on YouTube and I had so many great opportunities to film good things this week, but the way work's worked out, it's not been easy to work and then film as well because it can be tricky sometimes, but hey, it's all good. It's all good in the hood. And I really hope that I get to film something on Tuesday because I've got a really cool opportunity coming up on Tuesday. I will tell you everything about it when I can, and hopefully I'll get to share it with you very, very soon. But again, it's one of those things when you're working for other people, you don't want to be like, can I film this for my YouTube? Because they'll be like, no. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. I want to reflect on the games from Saturday because I was down at Borehamwood working. Again, like it would have been so cool if I'd filmed that, but I didn't. I want to reflect on Saturday because for me it was such massive games. Of course, there were a couple of incredible upsets today, brilliant results today. Just really changing things up in the table for the WSL. So I want to reflect on that very quickly. If my computer would just work and stop crashing into an oblivion. God! We get there, we move. The table's looking interesting though. It's looking interesting, and I feel that we have to focus on the idea that Manchester United could very much win the league. We have to focus on it. We have touched on it before, but I feel now it's like more prudent than ever. It feels good. And not that I thought going into the game against Aston Villa were going to win. That's not how I'm seeing it at all. What I think is that just with the window coming up, I wonder if they'll just maybe strengthen up a little bit more defensively, but they're so solid and so confident going forward in that midfield. Kitty Zellum for me is this like new 2.0 version. I think she's bloody brilliant. Very good, very underrated as well. But an incredible day all the same. My sister plays for Aston Villa, Rusha Littlejohn. I think she's vlogged part of her day, so I think she was, I can't say too much because I've got a big mouth, but she played last week. Thinks she had a sore something, doesn't play this weekend, but got to go to Old Trafford and just witness the beauty of it all, and she said it was absolutely incredible. It's funny because then I saw her then later on Saturday night when she came home, and and she did say like playing with Corsie, Reach Corsie, they were standing in Old Trafford and they were like, we used to play together 10 years ago and how different things are now. And I was like, what a lovely moment for them to have. An incredible experience how things are changed. 35,000 tickets I think were sold. It looked brilliant on the telly. I was actually in the bar at Borehamwood in Meadow Park for the Arsenal game and the Villa game with United. It was on the telly and it was very good, but I didn't expect it to be quite the demolition that it was. To be fair, you've got to hand it to Manchester United. They are looking very good. They're ruthless at the minute, and it's just it's hard lines for Aston Villa, but they know what they have to do. They have got so much potential in there and so much has changed, but then again Manchester United are the same. They're growing so much, they're moving so much, and again it's that streak they're on that, they've got that winning mentality at the minute, so you have to hand it to them. Okay, against Chelsea there was that slip up, was that 3 games ago, but it's Chelsea, so it's expected, it's fine, you can allow it, and we'll see what happens next time round. But for me I think we have to now consider the idea of Manchester United winning the league. I have to consider it, and it's lovely. I'm a Manchester United men's fan. I support Manchester United women. I'm all for the women. Obviously my eye's always on Villa and Arsenal for obvious reasons. We'll see how it goes, but fair play to them, and hopefully the next game for Aston Villa is the Arsenal game, Villa against Arsenal, up at Villa Park next Sunday. What? My head could blow up the thought of that. And I'll get to Arsenal in just a second because I've got so much I want to say there, but let's go to Leicester 0, Chelsea 8. What? That's not good. This is not good. Willie Kirk has a job to do. Anybody who comes into that role has a job to do. And obviously they're going to have to spend some money and they're going to have to do it soon. I can't understand how it's gone so wrong for them. I mean, Chelsea are just ticking nicely at the minute. Emma Hayes said last week this team's on another level, maybe one of our best squads. It has to be. You can't go to the bottom of the table and then expect an upset, and I wasn't expecting that at all. But I did think we would get more from Leicester, because they're like, we have been focusing on, you know, girls on the ball and 90 men. Speaking to our guests on that, you always go, they've got something, you know, but that's bad. That's really poor, and you almost feel for them. That's the second 8-0 win this season. Of course, there was the Brighton game as well, against Spurs, was 8-0, wasn't it? And another one, not sure that's a good look, but hey, it's what can't be helped, we move on with it. Of course, when I'm saying, sorry, such a dry throat, and talk about Manchester United winning the league, I think if Chelsea would allow themselves another upset, which I don't see Emma Hayes allowing to happen, but at the same time, you just never know. You know, you never know how a game might go like that, and how things can change so quickly. And Chelsea, not the best opponent to level it up against, but that's incredible. They're top of the league at the minute, of course. Arsenal and United in the second, Arsenal in third. But you know, they would need that now United go ahead of Arsenal on the goal difference, but that you know, they've still got that game in hand. Chelsea played 9, United, Arsenal, City and Villa have all played 8. Aston Villa sitting 5th in the table. I mean, that's a handsome, lovely place to be. A very good place to be fair, and I wonder how it's going to go next week for Arsenal away to Aston Villa. That's like a little home household derby, isn't it? I love it. I actually spent the afternoon at Meadow Park working with Arsenal for their live stream. It's called The Breakdown, covering the match, which was just lovely fun. I was with Adrian Clark, who I've worked with before at TalkSport and seen around many times. He's such a good egg, but it was so cold. I thought at one point I might start crying, and then I thought, shh, get yourself together, get a cup of tea, stop letting the cold get the better of you. And we did see it through. It was Vivianne Miedema who got the goal to make it 1-0. That was, of course, the final score. I'm not surprised, actually. I think going into the game, it's so easy for me to look and go, they were on the bare bones. I wasn't aware going into the game until just the day before that Leah Williamson and Rafa Souza would be available and back from injury, which is key, especially when you've got the likes of Kim Little and Beth Mead and Lena Hurtig and the likes all out. So it was good to know that defensively they were going to strengthen them, and I know Everton aren't as strong, you know, going forward, but in defence they're good. They're good. They made it difficult for Arsenal. They were tricky to get through as well. But for me, the standout player was Vivianne Miedema. She was outstanding. I found her. Can you hear my washing machine? Sorry if that's annoying you. Just Mama got to catch up with the clothes. But she was just wonderful to watch. It felt like the Viv that we all know is there, you know, and maybe feels like a little bit quiet for a little while, but she was absolutely outstanding. And the goal was not an easy goal, you know, but she just composed herself. No one else would have been able to do it the way Vivianne Miedema delivered that goal. It was outstanding. I had the best view of it. I won't even be able to describe it to you perfectly, but it was very, very lovely. And I got a funny tweet earlier on from somebody who'd watched an interview I'd done last summer with the Viv, Beth Mead and Katie McCabe, and Viv was saying how she scores ugly goals. That was a beautiful goal. It was just wonderful, and you can see how much it means to her. We saw it last week in Champions League. Like, come on, it means so much, and I love seeing that all coming back. And I actually think for Arsenal, it could be, you know, that turning point now where you think they've had their upset against Manchester United, where Viv's just going to like tear the place up. I have no idea. Maybe I'm wrong, but I have this strong feeling that she's going to go and set new records. Again, moving forward, which is exciting. 200th appearance for Leah Williamson. Welcome back to the field. She's just such a crowd pleaser, isn't she? She's a fan favourite everywhere. And she came on, and the first touch of the ball, she looked up for it, and I was like, yes, this is fun. And fair play to Jenny Beattie. Jen Beattie played, I think it was 70 minutes. Did Leah Williamson come on for 20 minutes? I can't remember, something 60 or 70 minutes. She had a really good game. I thought Lotte Wubben-Moy had a good game. There was moments where Everton were testing and they were tricky and they were pushing, but in terms of statistically, you know, shots wise, it was Arsenal dominant. Frida Mann and Vivianne Miedema doing their absolute best. And I enjoyed watching it, and what I enjoyed as well is that we're seeing this different Everton. I was right behind Brian Sorensen, the Everton manager, and I don't know your thoughts on managers, if you'd rather them to be quiet on the sidelines, or do you want a mouthy manager, or somebody who's just constant. He is constant. He does not stop for the 90 minutes of play, just at them constantly. But very complimentary as well, you know, very good, great, brilliant, more of that, let's go. Obviously he's got an accent, but I found him actually quite an interesting character to watch, and his team respond well. He's really got them ticking, and of course Everton last season was just so poor. It feels like a really good place to be. Again, I mentioned defensively they look strong. I thought Gabby George was brilliant. I really enjoyed that game because it wasn't easy for Arsenal. Arsenal then were very good in the second half. Vivianne Miedema's goal was excellent. Stina Blackstenius, again, there were moments where I want to see more, but she's such a talented player and she's such a physical presence as well. And I'm sure you'll see that then if you see her in the flesh. She's just like a real physical presence, as is Vivianne Miedema. She's a big girl, as is Frida Manum. There's something there. But yeah, just it was good. It was good to see. Aside from it being blooming Baltic, it was really good. I actually had a chat with Beth Mead and Kim Little at halftime for the Arsenal stream. It's on arsenal.com, by the way. That's where you can go to watch this. And Beth is having her operation this week. She said obviously it's going to be a long period and a longer recovery time for her, and she was in good spirits, and it was good to see her not in any pain and in a good place, despite what she's going through. So that was lovely, and also Kim Little looks to be in a good place as well, and hopefully we'll be back quite soon too. When I say quite soon, I'm not going to give any definite times because I don't know. But yeah, it looks like it could be a little Christmas gift. Take it that way. And yeah, it was just good to see them looking good. It was actually funny because I was sitting in front of them along to the right, and they were there, and it was like full cheerleader mode for the team as well, which was really nice to hear them supporting and getting stuck in and watching a game and enjoying it as well. Must be difficult then to sit and watch, and speaking to Rush about this as well, like going to an occasion like that at Old Trafford and being injured and feeling gutted because you're unavailable as well. It's a shame, and that is football and it's part of it, and I seem to harp on about it more than any other player. But yeah, I think about it quite a lot. Injuries, it's a bit rubbish, isn't it? Gosh, someone needs to go and have a glass of wine. Anyway, I hope you have yourself a wonderful week. I'm probably going to do something midweek for Champions League. And hopefully I can do some filming at this thing I'm at on Tuesday as well for DAZN. I hope I can film some bits because it should be good fun. But you have yourself a wonderful Sunday evening. Lots of love. Please subscribe, please like, and please have a nice night. Mwah.